Good?
Welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and, well, that's pretty much it. So, let's go!
This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, a different artist, and then we listen to all of their records, and then we rank them from worst to best. We also give our biggest banger from each of them. Sometimes we might have a stinker from some of them. I don't know. But before we do that, we get into our 6 Degrees with Tom DeLonge. If you don't know what that is, that's where we connect the band of the week to Tom DeLonge, which can be pretty easy sometimes. Also, while you're listening, go to Apple Podcasts, go to Spotify, give us 5 stars and 5 stars only on there. Please, please, please go do that. All the social media is at Asinine Radio. Discord, we have that. We have a server on that. So if you want to join that, hit us up. We'll send you the link. I think even the link is on our Instagram bio, so get into that. And last, we do have a phone number you can call, leave a voicemail, shoot us a text. Give us a recommendation on what we should do in the future, because we might listen. So, yeah, the phone number is 503-893-5307. And if you missed that, that phone number is also on our Instagram. So get into that. So now that all of the boring intro is out of the way, let's jump right into our 6 Degrees of Tom DeLonge. If you did it. If you're talking, I can't hear you.
What? Well, you didn't ask a question. You just.
Oh, I said, let's get into the 6 Degrees of Tom DeLonge. If you did it.
Yeah, I thought was that it? Was that the joke?
So did you do it? So did you do it?
Oh yeah, I did one.
Okay, because I didn't do anything. I was negligent this week.
I did one, but it came. I mean, it came like instantaneously because my favorite thing Jason Schwartzman has ever done came from the movie Slackers, and he played a character called Cool Ethan, and he was just so weird, and he was always trying to like get at the main girl, but just in a very of the times and in today's time, very inappropriate in different ways. But he wrote a song at the end of the movie called, I don't even know what the fuck it's called. I think it's just called Ethan's Song. And it's directed at this guy, Dave, who was played by, the fuck is the guy's name? Sawa? Devin Sawa. Sawa?
Okay.
S-A-W-A, who stars in Idle Hands. And Idle Hands is
Yeah.
But anyway, the Jason Schwartzman Ethan song, it's fucking so good. He plays the piano, and it's really, really good. And it's the best thing he's ever done musically.
Wow. Okay, that's a bold statement.
It's like
I've never heard the song.
It's like 45 seconds long, so I should have sent it to you. I didn't. I was negligent on that.
Well,
but
it happens.
Maybe at the break between the rankings and the actual pod, you can watch it because it's a really good song and it's funny, and it's good. It's good.
Okay. If you remind me, then I will.
Okay.
But only if you remind me. If you don't remind me, I won't listen.
I will leave a tab open on my MacBook because I can have multiple tabs open now and still run smoothly.
There you go. All right.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it.
That's all I got. Yeah. I have nothing. Like I said, I'm negligent this week. So I have no 6 degrees. So let's move on to our rankings. So what we're going to do this week, the band, they have 5 studio records. But we're also going to add the 2 compilations, -1 and -2, because why the fuck not? Because there's some fucking good stuff on there.
Well,
whether you like it or not, there's some good stuff on there. Because what I say is law. What I say is truth.
Well,
let's, and also, after we do that, we're also going to give our biggest banger from each of the albums, or maybe a stinker if we got them. So what do you got for number 7, Jeff? Go.
Okay, so I did negatives as 1.
Oh, you did? Okay, that's fine.
Just
that's
because
fine.
That's how it was on Spotify, and by the time I noticed, I was already almost done with it.
That's not how it is on Spotify.
Yeah, it's just 1. I put on negatives. It was 56 minutes long.
No, there's 2 of them.
They're each 56 minutes long?
Yeah.
Oh,
there's
fuck.
negative. Yeah, negative. Yeah, there's one that came out I think in 2004, and one is listed as 2004, and the other one's listed as 2006.
I
there's
thought
two.
I thought it was just fucking 2 on 1. Wow.
No, man. No, there's
God
two.
damn, that's a lot of fucking negatives.
I know. But listen
Let
to
me see
listen
this
to the other
shit.
one too. Yeah,
I'll
go
do
on
it right now.
Spotify. Yeah, you're gonna listen right now. We're gonna take an
God
hour long break.
damn,
while
you're
you
right. Fucking negatives.
Which one did you listen
2006.
to?
I listened to Negatives 1, which came out in 2006, apparently on Spotify. Negatives 2, which came out in 2002.
Yeah, I mean the timing.
Why are
makes
they?
no
They're
sense.
both 56 minutes exactly.
Yeah,
Are you sure?
that's fine. Yeah, no, I guarantee you they're different. It's different songs.
Why they're both exactly the same fucking length?
I don't know why that is, but look at the song listings. They're different songs, and the songs are different. I'm telling you right now, the songs are different. I know both of those.
Oh yeah, you're
records.
right. The songs are different. Damn, fucking negative. Okay, here we go, baby boy. Negatives 1 is 56 minutes and 2 seconds, according to Spotify. Negatives
Okay.
2 is 56 minutes and 1 second.
Oh, I love it.
That's why I was so confused. That's why I
Yeah,
thought it was
I
the
get it, I
same
get it.
record.
Okay, that's fine.
So I only listened to I guess Negatives 1, which according to Spotify came out after Negatives 2.
Which it didn't. They came out at the same time, but I don't know why
Negatives-
Spotify has it listed as that.
So
I
I
don't
only
know.
have 6 things. I will listen to Negatives 2 though because I did like Negatives a lot.
Okay, cool.
But I only have 6 things. I don't know.
Okay, so then we're ranking 6 things because I put my negatives together. I mean, I put them right next to each other in my
okay.
ranking, so it'll be
fine
fine.
then.
So we're doing 6 things then. We're combining all the negatives into one. So what do you got for number 6 then?
That's very unusual though that these two things are like 1 second difference from
I
each
know.
other as far
That's
as
so
overall length.
I didn't even notice that.
That's insane.
Yeah, fucking
That's
shit.
cool.
Okay,
Good times. So the worst of it for me, and that's Phantom Planet. That's their Phantom Planets. Their third album, 2004. It is uncanny how much this sounds like the Strokes. This is a fucking Strokes
Oh,
album. It
okay.
is unreal. Vocal delivery spot on. The little lead guitar parts that are just like the single twangy notes, Strokes. This is so similar that I vaguely remember why I stopped caring about Phantom Planet after this, because I've only ever heard 2 Phantom Planet albums, was this one and The Guest, and I vaguely remember this being the reason why I stopped caring, because this is just not as good as the Strokes. So I just
I still can't believe this is your. I know you did say that this is the reason why you stopped listening to the band, but I still didn't think this would be at the bottom.
this is stupid. It's not
Really?
bad. It's just dumb. This is stupid. Like, why would it? I know you don't like the Strokes, which is silly in itself.
Yeah, I
but,
don't. I
like,
don't.
why
like
would I?
those.
Why would I listen to B Team Strokes? Like that's fucking dumb. Like Phantom Planet kind of does a lot of other bands too. I think that are very B Team esque.
Yeah.
Sometimes
yeah.
they do it in a way that it's kind of like paying tribute. I'll also use the Tenacious D tribute thing later on too. But sometimes they do it in like that way, and then sometimes they just completely rip it off. And Phantom Planet's Phantom Planet. Like, fuck, this is the Strokes album.
All right. That's fine with me. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Do you have a banger off this one?
No,
Really?
nah.
Not even the single Big Brat?
I would never go back to that. I don't even remember what the fuck that song was. I'll never go
Oh,
back
you would.
to this.
Oh, you know that song. You know how I know you're lying, because that song
Oh,
is so
boy.
bass heavy. That song Big Brat is so bass heavy, and that's everything that you love. Like, there's no reason why you wouldn't
hate
like
the
that
bass.
song.
Bass
I think
is
you just went
stupid.
in. I think you went in with a really bad attitude.
All my favorite
And-
bands have no bass guitars. White Stripes, fucking Miles
All your
Davis was
favorite
playing by
bands.
himself.
Matt
Should I go
Sharp
on?
from Weezer. Yes, you
I
hate
don't know
Matt
who that
Sharp.
is, but that's fine.
Yeah, you don't. You don't. All right, so my number
Acapella
5
groups.
or
Come
my number 6. I'm sorry. My number 6 is Devastator, their last record that they put out in 2020. 5th record. Honestly, I don't think any of their records are bad. There's something about each of them that I like, but this is my least favorite, and I really think it's because I've spent the least amount of time with it. I need more time with it, and I'll kind of talk about it on the main episode as to why I listen to this band so much. But yeah, Devastator. It's just like the bad parts of, to me, it's the bad parts of Raise the Dead and bad parts of the self-titled record. He sings in a little bit lower of an octave, and the songs just, to me, they're just kind of boring at times. I don't know. My favorite song is one of the singles, is it's Time Moves On. I think that's a really good song. I think they actually played that acoustic as well. I think just Alex Greenwald played that acoustic, and it was really good. That acoustic version was fucking really, really good. But yeah, Time Moves On is my favorite off of Devastator. I really like the album artwork too. I think that's like the coolest artwork that they've ever had. But yeah, otherwise the album, it was a little underwhelming. But whatever. I think I just need to listen to it more. So yeah, Devastator is my number 6.
Okay.
So what do you got for number 5?
Phantom Planet is Missing. Their first, 98. There were parts of the album that were very like psychedelic sounding, and I liked that. The majority of it was that alt pop rock stuff's not bad. I just didn't find any really, really catchy hooks or riffs, but it was a solid album. And I didn't mind it at all. And at this point, we're not. I think Phantom Planet was bad. I really did think that was bad because
Really? That's crazy.
they're just blatantly ripping off the Strokes.
But it's still good.
No, it's not.
Ripping off or not, it's still good.
It's like worse than Greta Van Fleet. It's just like you're doing it, but even more poorly. I thought, and he does a lot of the times, but this one specifically, I thought Greenwald sounded so much like Brandon Boyd, and there are times.
Oh yeah, I could see that
when he very, very much sounds like Brandon Boyd, but this one in particular, I thought he sounded a lot like Brandon Boyd. I don't have a banger off this album, but I didn't not enjoy my listen. I enjoyed it. I thought it was totally different than what I expected it to sound like. Like going from this one to The Guest is the biggest jump they've ever done. And I thought that was cool.
Yeah, it is quite a jump. Quite a jump. I wouldn't say the biggest jump, but it's quite a jump.
No, it's the biggest jump.
No, the biggest jump is between The Guest and the self-titled. That's the biggest jump.
Nah.
Yeah, it is. Anyway.
Well, I guess because self-titled is so fucking bad, then yeah.
Well, no,
that's you're right. You got me in though. You're right.
That's stupid. No, that's just stupid. You say a lot of stupid things.
I didn't say.
And
you said it.
This is probably the first stupid thing you've said so far this episode.
Came from straight from the horse's mouth. You said it.
I have no horse. I'm not a horse. Anyway, my number 5 is also Phantom Planet is Missing from 1998. First record. This one, there are parts to this record where I just kind of forget about it. I kind of zone out when I listen to it. But then some songs come on. I'm like, oh, dude, this song's a fucking banger. Like the local Black and Red. That guitar part is so catchy. And the melody in this is fucking awesome as well. This is by far the best song on the record. But there are also some other bangers on here. I go back to this outside of Devastator because it's so new. Phantom Planet is Missing is the one record I go back to the least. And it's good. It's good, but it's just like when I want to listen to Phantom Planet, there's so many other things I'd rather listen to. So many other albums I'd rather listen to. So yeah, nothing bad about this record at all. I really got nothing too bad to say about it. So that's all I got from my number 5 is Phantom Planet is Missing.
Okay.
So what do you got for number 4?
Number 4, baby, Devastator, their 5th album, 2020. This one reminded me of The Guest and the way the songs were structured in that era. I thought this was really fun. This was a cool return to form for them that I wanted from Phantom Planet, but it was just mixed with like this natural progression of this band that was inevitable for all bands over the course of the years. This is now the sound of 2020. This is the sound that they've been kind of like progressing towards. But the way they're writing songs, the way they're sequencing songs reminded me of The Guest. Not as good, but it reminded me of it. And I didn't think it was bad. I enjoyed it. I have a banger. And Party Animal. Party Animal's fucking dope.
Party Animal's
dude.
Yeah, Party Animal.
Party Animal is dope. It is insanely catchy. And it's incredibly fun to listen to. It's come on, like it's a party rock
It's very
anthem.
bouncy. Yeah, it's very bouncy, very pop-esque.
But I enjoyed Devastator. I really did.
Good. I'm glad. Like I said, it's not a bad record. It's just my least favorite. I don't have many bad things to say about any of these records. But all right, so Party Animal is your biggest banger off of that one.
Yeah.
So my number 4 is Phantom Planet's Phantom Planet. Third record, self-titled, 2004. For a long time, this was my favorite Phantom Planet record. I like the more bass-heavy sound of it. I like the kind of lower vocals that Alex started to do at this time. because vocally, I think that's a huge jump from The Guest to this. He started, and it was just a huge. This album sounds completely different from The Guest, which is weird because I don't know. I maybe listened to that One Strokes record.
God, if you like this album so much, you fucking need to revisit The Strokes. There's no reason why you hate The Strokes but love this. Honestly.
I feel like I need to at this point. I really do, because I do like this record a lot. I think there are some really good songs. One of my favorite Phantom Planet songs is on this record, and it's First Things First. I love the guitar work on this one. It's so fucking catchy. What are you laughing about?
It's part of the no list. You can't like it. First Things First.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh no, that changes everything. This is my least favorite Phantom Planet song now, because that is on the no list.
The only Phantom Planet song on the no list.
automatically on that. But wow, I can't even believe I didn't put that together. Yeah, Phantom Planet's Phantom Planet. I like I said, I can't believe you don't like Big Brat, because that song's right up your alley. It's fast. It's a little bit aggressive. It's so bass heavy. It's catchy as hell. That's crazy.
I'll throw down another listen to Big Brat at least, because I did something this week.
Which is?
I kind of cheated. And then I re-listened to one of these albums and ranked it vastly different than I had originally ranked it.
What do you mean?
So, we'll get to it.
Okay, all right.
Come up.
Yeah, just go back to the Big Brat song. I mean, it's one of their most popular songs outside of California. It's one of their more popular ones, I should say.
I only like California, so.
Oh, that's not true. All right, so yeah, Phantom Planet's Phantom Planet. Solid record. It's really good. I would totally get this on vinyl. At this point, we're getting to a point where I would get it on vinyl, but I don't think they ever pressed this one. I think they only ever pressed The Guest, Raise the Dead, and then Devastator. I think that was it. So, yeah, but I would get this if they did eventually press it. So there you go. So what's your number 3?
Now we're in the point where I would get all these on the vinyl, the vinyls, and that's Negatives. I mean, I only listened to one Negatives, and it would just happen to be the first Negatives. But God, I cannot believe I fucking dropped the ball on that. I had so much extra time too. I finished this so early in the week.
You did
easily could have listened to Negatives too. I just fuck. I don't know. These were great, man. These were some of these are like absolutely fantastic and should have been on The Guest. Honestly, top quality stuffs. The worst of this record is still pretty goddamn good. It just lacks like cohesive. Like it's a comp. Who cares?
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's absolutely superb. But like, I mean, I have like a lot of bangers. I think Hotel 72 was one of my biggest bangers, and then the Galleria and the song 8. All three of those things, I thought
8 is a good one too.
Had fucking incredible melodies that kind of played that line of being soft, but still brought a little bit of like heavy into it. And those are kind of like the best parts of Phantom Planet on their The Guest album. And we'll talk about that later. But I really enjoyed Negatives, the one I listened to. I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah, you listened to Negatives 1, so
yeah,
definitely listen to the second one. The second one's really, really good too.
I mean, you will tell me which one's better in your ranking at some point. So.
I will tell you. So let's see here. So that was your number 3. So my number 3 is the album of the week, The Guest. That is my number 3. So let's move on to your number 2, which I can't believe one of these records is as high as it is. It blows me away. So what do you got for number 2?
Number 2 is The Guest.
No way. Are you kidding?
I swear to you, when I get to my number 1, I will tell you how I cheated.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I'm serious like a heart attack, baby boy.
Huh. You're not fucking with me.
I'm not fucking with you.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna tell you that the story's good. The story's good, but get
okay.
Go.
So my number 2 is Negatives. Negatives 1 I think is I wouldn't say much better than Negatives 2, but it definitely is better. Negatives 2 is really good, but Negatives 1 is fucking. I fucking love it. I think every song on here is fucking great. Even the little instrumentals, some of the goofy stuff from both of them are just, they're fantastic. And I don't even care that there's not really any sort of like cohesiveness or sequencing or anything like that, because the songs stand alone so well. Like they're just so well made. And some of these songs were re-recorded for Raise the Dead. Like Do the Panic was re-recorded for Raise the Dead. A couple Jabberjaw was also re-recorded. Know It All, I think, was another one that was re-recorded. But dude, there's some fucking good songs on here. One of my favorite Phantom Planet songs is also on Negatives 1, and that's Galleria. Galleria, I fucking love that song. I love the simplicity of it. I think his vocals are they're so great, and the lyrics are so cheesy, but so much fun and nostalgic for whatever reason, even though we weren't around in the 80s. Like it still has this weird nostalgia to it. I fucking love it. And they play this song. Every time they play live, they play this song. So every time I've seen them, they've played it, and it's really cool. And they do like a very stripped down version of it too, with a little drum machine and everything. It's really cool. But yeah, Galleria is awesome. In the End is another absolute fucking banger off this one. The guitar riff to In the End, I don't know if you remember it all, but that main guitar riff in it is Sleep Now in the Fire. Like through and through, it is that Rage Against the Machine song. But it's just like one note different, but it's pretty much the same song. Not same song, but same riff.
Same song.
But yeah, Negatives 1, I fucking love it. And man, I have so many I have so much nostalgia with Negatives as well, because I discovered it the same time my girlfriend did. I found it randomly online that, you know, they had put out these comps, and Tammy had never heard them before, so I burned them on CDs for each of us to listen to. And she absolutely fell in love with the Negatives compilations. Like that's all we listened to for like 2 years when we were in her car were one of these two Negative CDs. Because this is before, like, you know, iPods in the car, so we had just burned CDs.
Yeah.
And we listened to these two Negatives records. I can't even tell you how many times. Anytime we were in our car, we listened to them. So, Negatives 2 though, still really good. I really like this one a lot. Same to You is my favorite off of here. It's super catchy. It has a lot of cool synth on it that works so well with kind of that indie rock that they do so well. And if anybody doesn't know already, Negatives was like we said, they were demos and B-sides from The Guest, and the band actually sent like copies, like burned copies of the CD to like their fan club, and that's kind of how, and they were just floating around in the scene for several years until the streaming sites came up, and then eventually they were put on the streaming sites. But yeah, they were just like a bootleg CD for over a decade, I would say. So yeah, Negatives 1 and 2, excellent stuff. So that leads us to our number one, which I mean, I cannot believe you like this record. I really thought this was going to be at the very bottom. I thought you would fucking hate this record, and that is Raise the Dead, 4th album from 2008. So what the fuck?
Here's what happened. So I get through my listen through, and I think on I don't even know what fucking day it was. It was a day that I was like cleaning the garage out, and it's hot as shit, and I'm listening to this album, and there's a couple songs on here, dude, that are just straight fucking Radiohead, straight up Radiohead, slow, drawn out. It's just missing the eccentricness and the technical savvy Radiohead has. But I was like, this is fucking bad, dude. I was all upset. And this was my last. This was ranked last. I was done with this shit. I was like, this is fucking trash. And so then I go on to Discogs, and I was looking at like The Guest to see how much like that was. And then expensive. Every time I'm on Discogs, I always just see what you're doing. And so I looked. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
Oh,
on Discogs.
What I put in my want list.
Yeah, I peep you.
Yeah.
I peep you.
Oh, I do it too. I do it to you as well. Yeah.
It's like go over there and you put Raise the Dead on your want list. I said, okay, so he must like this one because you also put The Guest. So I said, okay, I'm gonna listen to Raise the Dead again. I'm gonna listen to it again because maybe it's not as bad as it was. Because maybe I missed something. I don't know. So I listened to it again, and I was like, good fucking God, man. I mean, first of all, like, Do the Panic. That's their God. That
shadooby-doo. It's so dumb.
I'm hard pressed to not even say that's like their best song because it's so fucking perfect. It's like the dumbest thing they've ever done, even dumber than California, but it's better than California. And that bop shooby dooby stuff, like, come on.
Yeah.
That's just fucking perfect.
Do you remember listening to the demo on Negatives?
Yeah, and I liked it then.
Yeah, that's I think the demo is better than the original, or better than the Raise the Dead version.
I remember listening to it on the demo because like, oh, this is kind of like toe tapping because I was driving around doing like record stuff on that day, and I remember like snapping along. It was kind of cool, like goofing off in my car when there's just me in the car, and just goofing off, snapping. And it was like, wait a second, this is the same fucking thing, right? But then I didn't. I thought it was just similar. I didn't realize it was the same song until I looked it up. But yeah, otherwise, like this album is just chock full of like heavier alt pop rock stuff with some really really rich melodies. And then, like, my favorite song, Geronimo. Like, that was...
Geronimo's a good one.
That's fucking boss, man. That is heavy. That's, like, aggressive for Phantom Planet. So, I will say, like Raise the Dead was my last. And it went from last to first. And
I can't believe that.
I would have missed out. I don't know how I ranked this so low. But it just... Because I peeped you on Discogs and saw that you added to your want list. So I gave it another spin.
I'm so glad you listened to it again, because this record, I can never get tired of it. I really can't. I think every single song on Raise the Dead is a banger, absolutely a banger, and every song, not every song, but most every song sounds different from the other. There's not a lot of repetition on here. They all just have their own kind of unique melody, unique parts. The only thing I don't really like about this record is the drum tone. I don't like the drum tone. It's very blown out. It's too loud in the mix. But otherwise, the songs are all there. I think Alex's vocals on this are the best. My favorite song is off of this record, and it's the title song, Raise the Dead. I think Alex's vocals are the best he's ever done. The build-up in the song is one of the coolest things they've ever done. That song blows me away every time I hear it, is the title track, Raise the Dead. Another big banger is Leave Yourself for Somebody Else. Arguably the catchiest song on the whole record. Demon Daughters, very dark sounding, but there's some really cool bass playing on that really takes front and center in it. Love that fucking song. Dropped, the one of the singles from the record, the one that Eric Wareheim made a music video for, which is like one of the weirdest fucked up kind of music videos I've ever seen. I don't know if you watched the video.
I didn't, but I can only imagine. I want to watch it.
Dude, you gotta watch it, dude. It's funny. It's everything you would expect from Tim and Eric, because it's essentially like a Tim and Eric music video. That's kind of what it is. But damn, dude, this record, I love this record. Leader, the song Leader, fantastic too. Like you said, Do the Panic. Like I said, it's not. I like the demo version better, but this version is still solid. Geronimo, another banger. Dude, I love this. I love this record. I love Raise the Dead. I have so much nostalgia with this one too. I mean, going to their concerts on this tour as well was so much fun. Oh man. Yeah, I have a lot of good memories with this band and with this record, Raise the Dead. So that's my number 4 with the title track is my favorite.
The fourth album.
Did I say, my number 1, the fourth album.
This got to my number 1 today. This happened today. This happened this morning and then this afternoon. And I went back and forth of whether or not to put The Guest as my number 1 or this one, just because, I mean, I'm not familiar with anything else they've done. And The Guest just has such high nostalgia with me. So it was tough, but, I mean, The Guest, there's a lot of problems with The Guest. And just off of the cursory listen, I didn't find really like any problems with Raise the Dead.
Wow. Dude, we should have done Raise the Dead.
I didn't know it existed. I didn't fucking know.
Maybe someday we'll do Raise the Dead. Someday.
But California, we got to do California. Or The Guest. It's fine.
Well, yeah, I know. The Guest it's a necessity because
people
of
want to hear California.
Orange County.
I fucking forgot about that. That was so
I'll
good.
never forget that. Every time I listen to it, I think of that.
Oh, my God.
But inside jokes that we're not going to tell you about.
Not going to do it.
Because that's fun.
My lips. Why I'm not going to raise taxes.
All right. That's all I got for the rankings. You got anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. Give us 5 stars
Thank
only.
you.
And keep listening to all your friends and listen to the main pod, because we're getting into The Guest from the Phantom Planets. So that's it. That's all.